the table, drinks in the air. Welcome to the podcast with the perfect pair. From the fell to the bar, we're keeping it live. Crisp poker, good times, and a whiskey on ice.
Grab a drink, call a raise, and let's shuffle up and deal. This is Cards and Cocktails.
Hello, everybody. Slick Rick here from Odds Bar and Bistro, located right next door to the Lodge Mahal, along with my partner for the last 4+ years, 600 episodes of the Lodge live stream, Skull Mike. What's going on?
Good morning, good afternoon. Happy to be here. We have Corey Eyring in the mix today on the podcast.
Hello.
Corey Eyring, man. Corey, we're going to talk so much about and have some fun, but you got had a meteoric rise after you played on the Lodge live stream.
It's all thanks to you guys.
I mean, I don't want to take total
we'll
credit,
take all the credit,
but I think I will.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just 25% royalty in perpetuity sounds good.
All right, so here's how it's going to work, Corey. We're going to have 4 quarters, much like a football game. First quarter, we're going to ask you questions. We want you to answer not such in a pretty brief way, okay? Second quarter, we'll ask a more in-depth question. We're going to get a little deeper, not too personal, but we'll ask you some serious questions. Third quarter, we'll have a session called GTO or Get the Fuck Out of Here, which is something we're going to talk about, something that happened in the poker world, and we want to get your thoughts on it. And finally, we'll end with Jeopardy, where you'll have to answer each question in the form of a question, okay? Like, who is Doyle Brunson?
Sure.
Okay?
I heard your last contestant did pretty good on that one, so
Yes.
I got
Well,
big shoes to fill.
She might have been bluffing.
She's been known to bluff.
Might have been bluffing.
Due to
not-
some historical tendencies, I would assume that's correct.
All right, so let's go ahead and get started here. So you grew up in New Hampshire. Believe it or not, I grew up in New Hampshire until I was 8 years old.
Yeah, apparently you hung out with Adam Sandler.
He was my best friend.
That might be a
problem.
myth. Like,
I showed
Adam
him the
Sandler's
picture.
come to town a bunch. I say, why don't you hit up your old buddy? He sends a text, no response. Never shows up. We have a good poker studio. Never comes, plays. Do you really know this guy or not, Ray?
He's seen the picture. I showed Corey the picture of us playing Little League together.
It's Photoshop. It's
paid actor.
2025.
He is an actor.
Yeah, of course.
Well,
Dennis is a
anyways,
kid.
I moved here when I was 8 years old, but you don't seem to have a New England accent. You don't say cards. You say cards. What happened there? You don't have an accent at all.
Growing up in 5th grade, I always got made fun of for how I said ant and
Yes.
water.
Yes, it's aunt up there.
It's aunt and
Yeah.
it's water.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you say cards. You don't. You go to the socks. Do you like the B's or the C's? The socks or the Pats? I mean, that's the questions up there.
I mean, well, my whole family's from Long Island.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
so that's
Skull
probably
Mike's
where-
territory.
probably where it's at.
Yeah, he's a big New York Islander fan, Rick.
Yeah.
So, which came first? Were you a vlogger or a poker player?
Vlogger, 100%. I've been doing it for about a decade.
Really?
Yes.
And what were your initial vlogs on?
Oh my God. I used to have a Minecraft channel in 2013
Oh my
and used
goodness.
to do gaming videos. It went nowhere. Then I pivoted to high school vlogs, went nowhere, pivoted to a gaming channel. That took off during COVID. And then I retired that, and now I do poker.
You know who else started his career as a gamer? One Doug Polk.
Really? I
Oh,
did not know
absolutely.
that.
You need to talk to him. He was a world-class gamer. Which game did he play? You don't.
He plays a bunch. I'm not sure.
So you were recently a finalist. We saw you out in Vegas at the GPI Awards.
Where do you want me to look, by the way? Like
No,
forward
just
or-
look at the camera,
Okay.
look at me or Skull, look up in the air. I don't care.
All right.
You were recently a finalist for an award. What did that mean to be nominated? Because just to be nominated is pretty darn cool.
It's pretty sick. To go up against the likes of like D-Negs and Wolfgang, Sato, and even Brad Owen, it's pretty incredible. So next year, I want to take it home this next year, but
Nice.
just to be nominated is
Can
pretty
I
cool.
place a futures bet? Is the line out yet?
What would you set the line at?
Let's talk about who's going to be.
Place
Maybe.
your predictions. If it was the same lineup, maybe we throw in Frankie.
Well, I'd say you're like plus 250.
Okay. Where do I bet my whole net worth?
Well, see, here's the deal. The
On the poker
Poker at
table.
the Lodge was nominated the past 3 years, okay? The first year, we knocked on the door. Last year, we banged on the door, and this year, we kicked the son of a bitch
So you're
in.
telling me he's
All
going to
right.
lose again next year?
No. I was nominated for 2 years.
Okay,
So,
good.
so third time.
Good.
Third time could be your year, but hey,
I believe it.
I tell everybody, Corey, your vlogs, you are one of the best storytellers. I watch all the vlogs.
Thank you.
I love them. Of course, Andrew Neeme, Brad Owen, they're the vlog fathers. I mean, they really got everybody inspired. But your storytelling ability is pretty damn entertaining. It's just on the way over here, I was watching some, and it's just fun. You've got one that has 1 million views.
Thank you. Yeah, I just surpassed one with 1 million, which is pretty incredible.
And it's the one that said, I lost everything, right? Or well, it was something where I gambled
Probably I gambled my entire net worth.
People love that for some reason. Yeah. I'm going to kill myself. Watch right here for the next 15 minutes.
Maybe not about that, but
We'll see how the stream goes.
yeah, exactly.
So final question in this round. What is your most memorable moment on the felt so far in your brief career? Because you're only 24, right?
I am. I think my most memorable moment has to be either Pocket Eights at Poker Night in America, Ace King at the Lodge, or a recently played hand with Abby Poker.
Oh.
Son of a bitch.
Oh, my God. I felt for you, dude. It's been a little while. You were stunned.
I figured, well, yes, but I figured that if I jammed, she would fold. I was targeting exactly what she had. And Dylan was like, nah, dude, she's just never bluffing in this spot. And I was like,
Who said
you're
that?
probably right.
Who said that?
Dylan.
Yeah, the line of the...
Still angry at Dylan.
The line of the night was Skull goes, dude, you're never right. And we're talking about the team poker where they went out of the studio and talked amongst themselves as a group. And one of the guys he just sounded really good, but he was never
really
right.
Good, but he has the right principles. He's a really good player. He's better than me.
We lost that challenge by $80, Rick.
Yes.
Still
told it
I had
months
that one
later.
back. I don't want to. It was my decision to fold. I wish I just called.
Well.
But it was very well played by Abby. But she's going to talk about that hand until I'm 85, and I'm going to be miserable for the rest of my life. Until I win a 10K pot against her, it's just not fair.
There you go. That's the end of the first quarter. Let's move into the second quarter.
All right, I'm more of a second half guy anyways.
Little bit more serious here.
Let's do it.
You're 24 years old. Really, you're just getting started in life. I mean, I'm 58. You've got a long way in your career.
Wow, you really hit the Instagram post. Double and give it to the next person.
But you've hopped on a roller coaster ride, and I'm sure after you went to school and you told your parents, look, I'm going to be a poker vlogger and I'm going to gamble everything I have every single day. What are your thoughts, Mom and Dad? What were their thoughts?
Well, I think my older brother paved the way a little bit.
Okay.
Because he was a professional on Full Tilt and, Poker Stars early in the 2000s. So I was 8, running around the house half naked, and he'd be like, Corey, come play this hand
all
for
in.
me. Yeah, exactly. But they trust me to do. They think I'm smart. They think I make the good decisions. And I think that even something as silly as gambling your net worth generates a lot of publicity. And all of the revenue that is generated as a result of the publicity is kind of, more than I would have had if I never did it to begin with.
I found
But that's not don't do that. Don't do what I did. It was very dumb. Don't do that. That is not justification for gambling your net worth. Don't do that. Please, for the love of God. It's very stressful and very stupid.
There you go, the disclaimer. But, one of the great videos that you had out was getting a sponsor and turning down sponsors and looking for the right sponsor. How hard has that been?
I think it's a tough road to navigate in this industry. There's a lot of sponsors that you might not want to associate with or lead your viewers astray. So I try to be conscious about what I promote.
Of course.
So, all right, getting into another question here before we go into the third quarter. You have a lot of trolls. You have a lot of people who love you, and you got a lot of trolls. You got people that just want to kick you when you're down. You're out there. You got everything on the line. You're vulnerable, and people say, "Yeah, you just suck." What are your thoughts on that? How do you handle that?
I think that's the nature of the internet. People just have opinions all the time, and I think similar to, you could watch Giannis Antetokounmpo windmill a dunk from the 3-point line, and there'll still be a 400-pound fat dude eating Doritos calling him a washed-up player.
Does it affect you? Does it bother you internally?
It's something that I am starting to learn on how to tune out, but it's certainly tough to go from hearing only people in your hometown to hearing thousands of people commenting on you. Like when I had a gaming channel, it was not me. It was this personality, this
Right.
kind of online figure. But now that it's Corey Eyring, and now that these are my thoughts and my opinions and my experiences, it's a lot more, I think, hard-hitting to separate the psychological impact of commenters. So that's something I'm still working on.
So a few weeks ago, Frankie was in town, and he played heads up against Doug and played on a live stream with us. And he said that you were one of his best friends. And
Yeah.
he's also
Shout out Frankie. It's my dog.
How did you and him connect?
We met back in 2020. Oh my God, this is a hilarious story.
Yeah,
actually.
tell it.
I forget who, but early in 2023, I was at a poker game with a bunch of creators, and I took down everyone's number. I said, cool, text you in a few months. Now, someone uploaded a really great video, and I can't remember who, but I texted them saying, hey, great video. I love your vision. This is a super dope project. They hit me back, thank you so much. And this was kind of the beginning of a relationship where we started to talk, once a month, maybe goes to 2 times a week, then damn near every day.
Where was this game you were playing? In Dallas area?
I think it was Vegas, but that person, I thought it was someone else. It turned out to be Frankie. I was texting the wrong person for like a month and a half, and I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, dude. I thought you were someone else.
How did you finally figure it out it was Frankie?
I called him, and the voice on the other line was, hello? I was like, oh, shit.
I had that same problem when I was about 23, 24. I was out late night, was living in LA, club, got a few numbers, was texting somebody, got myself a date, went out to the date
my
thinking it was
goodness.
somebody, and it was
Somebody
it
not.
was the other one.
Oh, my
And
goodness.
it wasn't as good of an eating as I thought it might be.
Oh, boy.
Well, so you and Frankie are buds, and now he's married with a kid, and you're going, how the hell is a kid my age got to be married and a kid with right now?
Yeah, that is quite the shocking situation.
You and Frankie have a lot of similarities in terms of your vlog styles and your storytelling ability. So it's really nice to see that friendship has evolved and that you two are
Yeah.
just thriving in the content world.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, he and I go back and forth. We spend hundreds of hours talking about storytelling and just the next cut. We share every project with each other. He's a really good friend of mine. I'm really glad to have him.
You can tell. I'd like to see y'all collaborate on something. That would be fun, too.
Sure. We actually have something coming up, so.
Oh, hey. See, I'm pretty good at this kind of stuff. So let's go into the final fourth quarter. We're going to play a little Jeopardy. You're going to answer all these questions in the form of a question.
Let's
Are you
do
ready?
it.
You're going to get 5 points for every question. Then we'll go to a final Jeopardy. You can gamble all of your banked points. Okay?
If he wants to, he doesn't have to.
You don't. This is Corey Eyring.
Yeah. okay.
He's going to gamble everything.
He's going to gamble it all. Yeah.
I have a track record.
I'm trying to see who's going to be the first one who doesn't gamble at all.
Exactly. So here's your first question. You grew up in New Hampshire, which is
did.
one of the states that make up the region known as New England. Including your home state, how many states are part of New England?
God damn it. This is like 4th grade geography, and I was playing GeoGuessr. I don't know. There's Connecticut. Is Rhode Island a state? That thing is tiny. I don't know if we'll call Massachusetts in there. Vermont? Maine? New Hampshire? Is it, rephrase the question, please? Is it
How
in
many
addition
states
to?
are,
In addition
in
to?
addition,
God.
including New Hampshire, how many?
New Hampshire, Vermont,
Clock?
Maine. What
Clock.
is 6?
You're right. It is 6.
Let's go,
5
baby.
points goes to Corey Eyring. Okay, here's the next question. You may or may not get this. Which player won the GPI award for Rising Star in Content Creation?
Slick Rick.
Who is the worst player on the lodge? Abby Poker.
You got it. Abby Poker won the Rising. That was kind of a gimme. Okay. Texas is
are we
known.
calibrating?
Yeah, exactly. Texas is known as the Lone Star State. What is New Hampshire known as?
The Granite State. Bunch of rocks.
Exactly. You're killing it. 15 points.
Here we go.
Here we go. Your next question. What was the first year of the WSOP? Was it 1969, 1970 or 1971?
I'm going to lock in. What is 1971?
Incorrect.
What, 1970?
It was 1970.
God, no, dude. I made a video on that. I was writing a hook for that.
You better change that video. 1970. And 6 players competed in that first WSOP.
Damn it. That sucks.
Next question before we get to Final Jeopardy. Which famous poker player is often referred to as the poker brat?
Oh, come on, Rick.
Who is Phil Hellmuth?
There you go. Were those too easy?
These are pretty easy, man.
First one, the hardest one was the first one.
So you have 20 points to gamble. How
Okay.
many do you want to gamble?
You're asking that question?
I mean, let's just ask the Final Jeopardy.
All right, here it is. For 20 points, for a total of 40 or 0. 3 years in, you've had 90 plus vlogs.
Correct.
I want to know the one vlog that has received over 1 million views, and of the 90 plus vlogs, including your million views, how many have reached over 400,000 views? So first
Is it
part
a
of the
two-part question in Final Jeopardy?
Yes,
That seems
two-part
rigged.
question. The first,
when
what
were
is
these
the
questions
million,
written based on?
the
What
million
date?
vlog as of this morning?
Okay, great. Oh, God. The million view vlog is called I Gambled My Net Worth in Las Vegas.
There you go.
The finale.
There you go. You got the first half right.
So-
now, how many vlogs, including that one,
Are over
are
400.
over 400,000 in views?
I got in a fight in the casino. There's probably Poker Night in America, The Lodge. Say 4 or 5, but let me think about that for a little bit. Second half of this question's a little harder.
Dude.
You have.
Oh God, you got to start the song from the beginning. Don't.
Lock it
This is
in,
making
Corey.
really tough to think. I would go with 6.
No.
5.
4. 4 or over 400,000. Corey Eyring, you tried,
So
you came, and you did not conquer the Final Jeopardy, but what you did do is you had a hell of a podcast.
All right.
It's been a lot of fun, Corey.
Thank you for
hey,
having me.
look,
This is
we wish
great.
you all the best. Whenever you want to come to the lodge, come on. We'll welcome you with open arms.
Thank you. Would love to be back soon.
Skull, any final thoughts?
No, it's been great having you, Corey. We'll see you next time. And
Appreciate
good luck
it.
out there.
Thanks, soon.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
See y'all out there. Like
ya.
and subscribe to our new channel,
God, how
Cards
do I
and
walk away with
Cocktails.
nothing?
Poor Corey.
Very similar to the felt as of recently.